This is the Rheavendor bean to cup machine. This is very similar to the. This is the Grande, and you also get an EC version of the Rheavendor, so one slightly smaller. They basically come up with the same faults, so we'll just show you around the Rheavendor. This is a Czech Brewer problem on this machine, so just show you how to correct this fault. So it will come up on the screen, Czech Brewer. So what you'll do is open the door, and the best way, pull out your drip tray and your grounds bin, and then you'll need to flick off your espresso because your brewer is here. It's your espresso port. Take it out. Basically, most of the orange on here is movable, so this is your chute the beans go through. You need to take that off first. Pull this lever, and just literally, it will just very easily just lift up and lift off. So all that happens is it sits on these 3 lugs here and go into the back of the machine here. So the main thing to check is that coffee grouts haven't got all up in your spiral here. If they have, it's ideal to clean it with hot water. You can literally submerge the whole brewer into water, clean it, make sure it's all there's no coffee stuck in there. And just give it a light dry. It shouldn't go back in the machine dripping wet, but give it a dry as best you can, and then you can put it back in. Make sure there's nothing caught up. This is where the coffee grounds shoot into the brewer here. You can also just wind this and just check that it winds easily and there's nothing stuck in this chamber, no dirt or anything. So clean that. It's very easy to get back in. The bottom of the brewer needs to sit on here, which is the motor that drives the spiral. So you can put it in flat and literally just drop it down. As you can see, this here isn't flush with the brewer. So all you need to do to make sure that sits in position is just turn this screw just a little bit and it will just drop down. You'll next just put your spout back on, your chute, and then you can just start putting that back together again. I'd always say, if it says no beans or Czech Brewer, just to make sure that first of all you obviously have beans in there and that this is open and not closed. Closed would mean that beans wouldn't fall through, and then it would also come up with a very similar fault. So make sure that chute's open and that also this is in position correctly. If someone has taken this off, sometimes you can find that this back part here isn't sitting correctly or sitting flush to here. So you need to put it in at a slight angle, slide it back and pull it out, and that is in position. You can then just put your machine back together. You just gently squeeze this. It's just these need to fit into the back here. Gently squeeze it, that's in place. Pop your pipe back in, and then you can then put your drip tray in, your grounds bin, and you can close up your machine. The one way to check whether this is working properly is probably just to put your override key in, which will be either up here or in the side of the machine, and you'll hear the brewer whirl and make a search. If it does that, you know your brewer is working properly. You'll hear it in a second. Okay, we're just refilling the water tank, which automatically does, and then you can hear that now go up, quarter of the way down. It'll test quite a lot of water through, and it should just then switch the machine on, and we're ready to go. So as you can see from the front of the machine, lights are ready, and it will say machine ready. Place your cup. That's all.